The kettle was still hissing. The sun was coming up lazy over our backyard fence, and I was standing there, motionless, holding 2 mugs of tea. One for me, one for Alaric. Only he wouldn't be drinking it, because he was dead, right there in our bed. And I don't know what was scarier, the fact that I wasn't screaming, or the fact that I could still smell his cologne lingering in the hallway. They said he died in his sleep, peacefully. That's what the coroner told me. But that morning, something else died in me too. Because 5 minutes after I found his body, his phone lit up beneath the pillow, and the name that flashed across it? AK. I thought maybe it was a spam call, or a cousin, or a nurse from his clinic. Then the preview of the message came through. It should have been you in my bed last night. I can still smell you. My whole body went cold. I grabbed the phone, ran to the bathroom, and locked the door. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I kept scrolling. Then I found it, a voice memo. Titled simply, "If you're hearing this." I hit play. And that's when my dead husband's voice filled the room. If you're hearing this, I guess I didn't make it. I didn't know whether to sob or throw up, because what followed wasn't some heartfelt goodbye to me. It was a confession. A love letter to someone else, one he had clearly prepared, just in case. The voice memo went on for 9 minutes. "Ari, you made me feel alive. Every time I left your bed to come back to Macy, I felt like I was burying myself." He said her name. Ari, I should have stopped listening. But I didn't, because inside his voice memos there were 41 more just like it. Some were recorded in hotel rooms, some while he was in the car, one while I was asleep in the room next door. I started piecing it together. She wasn't just a fling. He loved her. And he'd been seeing her for over 3 years. She had a kid. Not his, apparently. But she called Alaric our protector in one of her voice notes that he saved. He saved them all. Like they were treasures. Like I was the secret. And the worst part? His passwords. His 2-factor codes. His backup emails. They all used her initials, not mine. I was living in his house, wearing his ring, sleeping beside his body. But in his mind, I had been gone long ago. I wasn't supposed to do it, but I did. I found her. Ariella Knox. She was a yoga instructor 2 towns over, divorced, had a son who looked about 6. I found her Facebook, and what hit me first was a photo of Alaric, standing beside a tree, holding a lunchbox, smiling. Caption, "Grateful for the men who step up, every day." Posted 2 weeks ago. I messaged her. "He died." That's all I wrote. She replied 4 minutes later. "Who is this?" I said my name. Then she went silent. The next day, she showed up at the house. She wasn't what I expected. No makeup. Wrinkled hoodie, her eyes were swollen, she looked like me. And when she stepped inside, she didn't scream or cry. She just said, "I didn't know you existed." We sat for hours, and she showed me photos. He had been there for birthdays, for Christmas. He built her son a treehouse. He fixed her porch light. He told her I left him 5 years ago. Said I ran off with someone else. And the sickest part? I believed she didn't know, because she was just as broken as I was. We were 2 sides of a life he curated to feel whole, but I was the legal wife, and she was the secret muse. The lawyer handed me the envelope. "He made a change to his will 6 months ago," she said. I opened it, and there it was. I leave the lakeside cabin to be shared between my wife, Macy Tucker, and my close companion, Ariella Knox. The same cabin where we honeymooned. He left it to us both, like we were co-pilots in his past. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because grief has a way of twisting your sanity just right. He also left a letter in the lawyer's care, 2 envelopes, one for me, one for her. Mine read, "Mace, if you're reading this, then I'm gone. You probably hate me, you should, I deserve that. But please, let me tell you what I never had the guts to say out loud." It wasn't an apology. It was a portrait of a man who didn't know how to love one person fully. He needed 2 versions of himself. The perfect husband, the thrilling partner. But in the end, neither of us had the full truth. We just had pieces. And I was done living on scraps. The funeral was small, quiet, no speeches, just murmurs and tissue boxes. Ariella came, sat 2 rows behind me. We didn't speak, but we didn't need to. Grief binds people in strange ways. Later that night, I opened my laptop and I wrote her an email. He left it to both of us. The cabin. We can sell it and split it, or we can keep it and teach our sons what love looks like when it's honest. She replied 1 line. "Let's keep it. For them, not for him." And I smiled. Because maybe healing doesn't come from closure. Maybe it comes from rebuilding in the cracks. If someone betrayed you like this, would you forgive them for the sake of their child? Or would you let the past rot with the person who caused it? Comment forgive if you believe people can change, even after death. Comment forget if some wounds just run too deep. And if this story made you feel something, hit subscribe, because the next story we tell might just be your truth in someone else's voice.